Well, it's morning for me. Welcome to my vlog. I'm Claire and I am Loves Red Sews. So welcome to any new subscribers and also existing subscribers. Happy to have you here and hope you enjoy my content. So I'm actually filming this quite early in the morning on Sunday. It's about 8:15. The sun is out this morning, which is quite nice. I'm sitting in my lounge today rather than in my sewing room. It's nice and quiet downstairs. My husband and my dog are still in bed, so I thought I'd pop on and film my vlog so that I can get it posted up today for you. And today I am talking all about the Stitch Festival. So, excuse my voice. I feel like since I've been doing these videos, I haven't had a normal voice in the whole time that I've been doing them through illness. And yesterday was such an amazing day. Honestly, I had so much fun. I talked so much and kind of met so many people, chatting and smiling all day. It was absolutely fantastic. My voice is suffering a bit today. I'm absolutely shattered. It was quite a full day, so I was up really early yesterday morning, about 6, getting ready. We left about 8 o'clock. I drove to the Stitch Festival. We'd prepaid for parking, which was brilliant because it was literally right there at the design centre. So we pulled in as an underground car park. It was really easy. It was took 2 hours to drive to because I live in the Midlands, so there was 4 of us that went, and then obviously drove home again. So and I just thought before I carry on with the rest of this vlog, I should probably show you or probably tell you what I'm wearing today. So excuse me, I'm so sorry. If you've seen on Instagram, which I'm sure you will have heard of, which is the Sew Yellow for Endo challenge, which is run by Jess from Sew What If I Sew. So I decided to enter it this year, and today I'm wearing my make. I did share it on my Instagram page yesterday because yesterday was the main day that you had to upload your make. So today I'm sharing my make. I'll try and stand up just to show you quickly so you can see the bottom. Got a nice shaped sort of hem, long sleeves, and I have actually got pockets in this as well, which you can just kind of see there. They do sag a little bit. I think it's because of the fabric. This is a viscose chalet fabric that I purchased from Rainbow Fabrics quite a while ago, so it was from my stash. I've made the Olia shirt pattern, which I think I talked about in a previous vlog. I've got some really nice blue and white striped fabric that I want to make this shirt in, but I wanted to test it first, and I thought, well, this would be a perfect time to test it. So that's what I did. So I actually made a straight size 10 on this pattern. I mean, it's actually a really good fit. It's loose, but it's not too loose, as you can see on my body. It's meant to be an oversized fit. I think my measurements, can't remember if it was a 12 or a 14 my measurements put me in, but I'd seen a couple of people say that it does come up quite big, and I thought because I'm petite, I didn't want it to swamp me and look too big, and then I wouldn't want to wear it. Even though this was a 12, it's kind of a wearable 12. I wanted to be able to wear it. So I decided to size down to a 10, and it's absolutely perfect. I've made no adjustments to this at all, and as you know, I'm petite and I always have to make adjustments to patterns, so I'm really quite pleased actually that this has come out as nice as it has. There's got some unusual sort of features on it. I don't know if you can see. Oh yeah, you can see the seam here. So the pattern pieces, like the the back yoke connects, like you've got this angled bit here, which is quite interesting to put together. And then the front yoke, it's the front yoke and the sleeve is actually all one piece. So there's no seam line here. So the underarm seam and the armhole are kind of all on the back piece. And on the front piece, you've got like a tiny little sort of bit of armhole, I guess, which you could actually quite easily miss on the pattern piece because it's so minimal. But most of the armhole is at the back. You may notice I've got my sleeves turned up. So, I mean, I did do like the placket, the sleeve placket and stuff, which was a little bit of head scratching to start with, but I'd actually downloaded and purchased the video from Guthrie Ghani to make the sort of talks you through all the steps to make this, and honestly it was such a godsend. There was a couple of bits that I was stuck on the sleeve plackets. Sorry, you can't really see them properly there. The sleeve plackets was one of the things that I found slightly tricky, but when I followed Lauren's video, it really made sense, and yeah, it was just really helpful. So and I think also sewing that seam, following the video really helped with that. So yeah, that's my Sew Yellow for Endo entry. So I hope you like it. So the pattern is by Paper Theory. I keep getting muddled up between Paper Theory and Paper Cut patterns, but this is definitely Paper Theory. Yeah, and I love it. So I'll definitely be making another one or more. So yeah, sorry, I mentioned I've got the cuffs turned up. So as I said, I didn't make any adjustments to this, and I thought I'd just see how the fit goes. Obviously, being petite, my arms are a little bit shorter, so the sleeves have turned out a little bit long for me, but I mean, it looks fine turned up. Next time I just need to reduce the length of the sleeve by a cuff length really, so and by doing that I think they'll be absolutely perfect next time, so that's good to know. But the rest of it I'll definitely keep as the size it is. Anyway, back onto the Stitch Festival. So yeah, as I said, I drove there yesterday, so which took pretty much exactly 2 hours, and we had a really good run, no issues on the roads, and I went with, there was 4 of us that went together, so I went with my mum. I always go to these shows with my mum because she's also a sewer. She doesn't really post on Instagram, but I know she'll be watching this. Hi mum. Yeah, went with my mum and her friend Fiona, and then my friend Julie. So the 4 of us went together, which was really nice. We had a lovely day. I didn't actually take very many pictures in the end, so I was planning on trying to take a little bit of footage and trying to take lots of pictures. When I went to the Knitting and Stitching show last October, I was getting my mum to take lots of pictures of me with, like, you know, well-known sewists and shop owners and stuff like that. I didn't do that at all this year. I think I was just having so much fun and chatting to so many people that I just didn't get my camera out. So I'll stick a couple of pictures in that I did take. I took a picture of the 4 of us that went together, and I also I just took a general picture of like that layout of the place, like from the upper floor. And I just took a little bit of video footage of, so when we got there, we got there at 10, and then at 11 the Makers Catwalk was on. So it was a few of the sort of pattern companies had asked some of their makers if they would basically model and walk on the catwalk with items that they'd made from their pattern range. So we sat down and watched that. There was lots of people watching that, and that was absolutely brilliant. So I'll stick a couple of little videos in of that as well, so you can just get a feel for how that was. But other than those sort of photos and bit of footage, that's all the that is all the photos and stuff I took. So I met so many people. Honestly, it was absolutely amazing. I don't think I've seen so many sort of well-known sewists, vloggers, like sewing bee people all in one place on one day. And I think with the Stitch Festival it was my first time going, by the way, so I've never been there before, so I didn't really know what to expect, but it was so much more compact than Alexandra Palace, which is obviously huge. That is across like 2 separate rooms, and they're huge. And I know when I went last year, I was trying to meet up with a friend that I speak to on Instagram, and we've never met in person, who's Amelia Ellen Sews. Hi, Amelia. And we just never found each other last year, so we kind of missed each other and never got to meet. But this year at the Stitch Festival, we got to meet, which was absolutely amazing. It was so nice to see her in person, because we've been talking for so long, good couple of years, probably 2-3 years or more. So yeah, it was so lovely to meet her in person. And the same with, I mean, I can't even begin to list all the people that I met, and I don't want to list everybody that I met and then miss somebody out, because there was just so many. There were so many wonderful people that there was a lot of people I know I've met before, I bumped into again, obviously like Adele and Becky, which I know, wonderful ladies, love them both. And they had a whole entourage with them, which was absolutely amazing, because I met some of the ladies with them for the first time, which was lovely. Some other ladies that I already know. I just met, the Northern Soul Sisters were there, and I bumped into them, and that was absolutely amazing. And they were with So Do It Emma as well. So that was absolutely wonderful meeting them, and they're just as lovely in real life as they come across on the screen. And it was absolutely amazing. I just feel like I'm gushing about it, but honestly, it was such a wonderful, like, wholesome day. Chatting to so many people. I had quite a lot of people kind of recognise me as well, which was, it felt weird, to be honest, but it's really nice. It's really nice that people sort of said hello to me as well. So if you're watching and we had a chat, hi. I loved meeting each and every person that I chatted to yesterday, and for me that was a real highlight of the show. Meeting so many sort of like-minded people. Everybody is just so nice. I don't know a single sewist that is kind of mean or horrible, or that I don't get on with. Everyone is just so lovely. So yeah, I had a fabulous day, and I want to do it all again. Today I'm absolutely shattered. I don't know whether you can tell, I've showered and put a bit of makeup on, but when I got up this morning, honestly my eyes were so red. Yeah, so I think it's just going to be a fairly relaxing day today, although I do want to get on with my So Frugal make today. So I don't know if I mentioned, I'm making the peppermint wide leg pants. They do look very wide on me. I've not actually, so I've got to the stage where I'm doing the fly at the moment, and then I'll be kind of constructing the legs after that. So far they look really wide on me. I don't know whether they're going to be too wide, because I'm petite, whether that'll look silly, or I don't know whether I'll need to kind of taper them in very slightly, but we'll see how they look. They might not look as bad once they're constructed. As you know, I've also got the Tilly and the Buttons Thea trousers, and I'm planning on also making a pair of those in the not too distant future, and it would be really good to compare the two. Somebody commented actually on one of my vlogs saying they'd really like to see me make both and maybe do a comparison, so that might be a future video. When I was at the show yesterday, I went to the Tilly stand. I didn't buy any patterns or anything from her because I've actually got quite a lot of her patterns already, probably most of them if I'm being honest. But they had a rail there with some samples of their items on, and they had a pair of Thea trousers on there. I mean, they were way too small in the waist for me. I would never have fitted into them, but they were absolutely beautiful. They were, I don't know if they were the ones on the cover of the pattern. They might possibly have been like the cropped version, but they were in a really beautiful like cream cord that was really like lovely quality. But just the trousers themselves, I held them up to me and I was like, oh yeah, I love those. They were like the perfect width. I'd probably need to shorten them slightly because they were sort of almost down to my ankle, even though they're the cropped ones. So I would definitely need to shorten them to make the crop ones, but they were the perfect, they were kind of the perfect width. Nowhere near as wide as the peppermint wide leg pants. So definitely going to be making some of those. I've actually, as you saw probably in my last vlog, I've got a few kind of trouser weight fabrics recently. I bought another one yesterday. So I think there's definitely going to be a few Theas or, you know, trousers in the making coming up. So that'll be quite good. Anyway, I think what you're really here for is probably to find out what I purchased yesterday. So I'll start having a little share of my haul. So I didn't go absolutely crazy. I bought 3 fabrics, so not crazy for me. A few other little bits and pieces. One of which actually I'll show you because I'm wearing them today. So I bought these earrings yesterday from Ethel and Joan. You may recognise them. You may recognise the sort of design. But we were at her stand and I saw these and I just love them. I mean, I don't know if they're showing up the colour on here. They may look a bit red. They're actually neon pink. I mean, look how good they go with my shirt. But see if I can bring them in closer just to show you if you can see them. So as you know, I'm not an overly pink person. I do love a bright pink. Which is, you know, it's a little bit unusual for me really, but I've kind of been gravitating more towards brighter pinks. I wouldn't really go near a pastel pink or anything, or a baby pink or bubblegum pink, those sort of colours. But when I saw these neon pink, so I thought I've actually got these earrings already in the white version, which I'd previously bought last year. And then I saw them in this neon colour. And I didn't buy them immediately. I kind of had a little walk around, think about it. I said to Louise, how many have you got with you today? And she said 2, just the 2 pairs that were on the stand. So I was like, oh, okay. So thought, right, no, I'm not going to buy them straight away. I'm going to have a walk around. And anyway, right at the end of the day, there was a couple of bits that I hadn't got that were kind of on my list. So I went back to get. And then I said to my mum, just going to go and have another look, see if those earrings are still there. And when I went to the stand, they had 1 pair left. And I thought, well, that kind of feels like fate. You know, I really like them. I was instantly drawn to them when I sort of turned up to the stall. So I just decided to buy them. So yeah, there you go. I love an earring. I've been buying quite a few sort of, I wouldn't say recently, but over probably the last 12 months or so. So yeah, these will add to my collection. I'll definitely get lots of wear out of them. Nice and bright for the summer and the spring. So yeah, that was one of my purchases. So anyway, I'll move on to some of the other bits and pieces. So also from Ethel and Joan, I really wanted to buy some of her buttons, but it's so hard to decide what buttons to buy because she's got so many. I mean, obviously her business is just growing and growing, and she had the most amazing kind of wall of buttons, and they were all laid out in kind of almost colour order. Anyway, the ones I decided to purchase, more neon. I don't know how, oh yeah, they'll come up quite neon there, I think. Can you, I don't know if they're focusing properly. I think they're okay. So yeah, they're very neon orange. Now, Louise actually had these on yesterday on her dress. So she had quite a pale, she had a beautiful dress on. I think it was like a pale green kind of gingham type dress. But she had these bright buttons all the way down and they really stood out. And I kind of bought these because I thought, I don't know what I'm going to wear them. I don't know what I'm going to put them on yet. These will go into my stash. However, I really like the idea of making something and then having like the contrasting buttons. So I probably won't put them on the shirt, but like for instance, like the blue and white striped shirt, you know, with these neon buttons on would be amazing. I probably won't put them on that. But yeah, I'll have to find the right project for them. But I really want to use them as like a real contrasting. So there's 8 buttons and they're kind of shirt in size. So yeah, that was one of my purchases. So those and the earrings I bought from her. Now, one of the things I really wish I'd bought, and I kind of regret not buying now, and I know they're not on her website yet, but they will be going on there, but she's released some buttons in the shape of clouds. So I don't know if you've seen her cloud earrings, but she's released some cloud buttons, and she's got a few different colours, but the kind of lilac-y colour ones I really love. And I'm so gutted that I didn't buy them yesterday because I kind of wish I had have done now. So I'll definitely be looking out for those on her website when they go live. I think she said some of the newer products will be going up within the next month. So I'll definitely be looking out for those. So just some, I'll say kind of boring. I'll get the boring bits out of the way first, but I bought some like haberdashery bits. So I've got some needles for my sewing machine. So I picked up some jeans needles here. These are the 80 ones. And then I picked up 2 lots of Microtex needles, and they're different sizes, the 70 and the 80. So these were from Barn Yarns. They do 3 for 2, so these were £9.50 for 3 lots, which I thought wasn't too good. It wasn't too bad value. And then also while I was there, I picked up so the wide leg pants that I'm making are in this red colour. Oh look, matches my cushions perfectly. I'm sat in my lounge today, by the way, if you're wondering where I am. I'm not in my sewing room. I can't remember if I mentioned that. I think I did actually, thinking about it. Yeah, so I bought some more thread basically to match because I think I'm almost down to the last sort of scraps of the thread and I needed some more. So yeah, 2 lots of those. And then I went to Studio 77, their stand, and I just purchased a couple of little bits there, but she had these like beautiful labels, and they were really reasonable. They were like £5, so I've just pulled one out to show you. I don't know if you can see. Oh yeah, there you go, might focus a little bit better. So it says Hello Summer, and that is in gold with a little pineapple. So I thought they were really cute. So I picked up those, and then also from there I just picked up, I'm trying to hold this gently because the packaging's really noisy. This is just a magnetic bag clasp, but it's rainbow. There you go. So I just picked up one of those. And I just picked up a little sticker, which was £1. But I thought it was so nice. Look, it's kind of gold, and I'm going to put that on my sewing machine because I think that's really nice. So those were my purchases from there. I picked up, so I've got a Brother sewing machine, and I picked up just some more bobbins. I'm getting a bit low on bobbins. They were £7.99. So yeah, just a little pack of those. And then I went to see Victoria at Little Rosy Cheeks. Oh, she's so lovely, Victoria. I think she recognised me because when I got to the stand, she went, "Hi, how are you?" And we had a lovely little chat. Yeah, it was really nice. But she was doing a deal on her labels, which she often does at the shows. So I think it was like £6.50 a pack, 3 packs for £16.50. So of course I got the deal. You know, you can't not really, can you? So the first pack I got was, sorry, I'm just trying to, I don't know, you can't really see. I'm going to show you the labels individually. So in this pack, there's 3 different types of labels in there. So you've got one that says Savage, Not Average, and then you've got this one. I love the design on here, like the wave. So it says Made by My Hands, and the colour is just beautiful, isn't it? And then this one, I sew for me. So yeah, that was a nice little treat because it's like kind of 3 in 1 really. So that was good. I've got a lot of labels. I've got a lot of labels in my sewing room. I keep them all in a little box, and yeah, I don't know, I couldn't even tell you how many I've got, but I do like adding to my label stash. So the next ones I got, I think they're not brand new, but they're relatively new. So, but I'll show you these in a little bit more detail. These are also beautiful. So, it says handmade, and it's kind of like a shadow effect, I guess. But I don't know if you can see, it's got like gold, a little bit of gold in there. And then the other one also says handmade, with the same kind of shadow effect, and it is also gold. I mean, if you look at the back, look at the gold threads on the back to make that. So yeah, I love that. And the colour is just beautiful of these. So that was the second pack. And then the third pack, these ones are actually brand new. I don't think they're even on her website yet. So she launched them at the show. So I couldn't resist getting a pack of these. So I'll show you what they look like. And it just made me laugh. So it says, swing it, shake it, move it, made it. So yeah, it's quite fun, I think. So yeah, they will go really nicely in my stash. And Victoria always gives you a free label when you make a purchase, which is this, which is lovely. It's kind of quite retro-y, and I love the colours. Actually, it looks like it matches the shirt, doesn't it? So yeah, they were kind of most of my haberdashery items. But then towards the end of the show, so I actually had this on my list. I wanted to get, and so I went to Beyond Measure, and I got this product, which is actually a seam ripper. So I'd heard about this from a friend of mine who told me about it. So when I bought it, they said, "Oh, do you have any preference on colour of the, you know, of kind of like the leather holder?" And I was like, "Yes, red, please." Luckily, they had red. So yeah, that's the colour I chose for the thing. But these, I mean, as you can see, this is, you know, it's a beautiful wood handle, but the blades are actually interchangeable. So it's almost like once you buy it, once you sort of make the purchase, so to remove the blade, you just unscrew that and then the blade pops out. So it actually came with one blade, and then I purchased a spare as well. So it comes in this beautiful little bag, and you get you obviously get the handle, the blade, the little leather protector to go over it, and you get a little tiny tin as well, which is quite cute. To be honest, I'll probably use it to keep blades, and there's my spare blade in there. So spare blades are about £2.50. So the seam ripper itself is not that cheap. It was £26. I knew what the price of it was going to be, so I'd already prepared for that. Yeah, but I think it's a little bit of an investment, but then once you've got it, the blades are relatively reasonable, I think, £2.50. So now when if I need to get replacement blades in the future, it'll be relatively cheap. So and the other thing I picked up from Beyond Measure, I've got a few like tape measures, but I'm always worried that they're sort of stretched out a little bit. So I decided to get a new tape measure. This is just a basic tape measure from Beyond Measure. But what I liked about this one is both sides. It has centimetres and inches on the same side. Most of the tape measures have centimetres on one side, inches on the other, but it's the same on both sides. So I thought that was really quite neat. So yeah, and that was £3. So yeah, just a new little tape measure. And then just my fabrics to share with you. So as I mentioned, I bought 3 fabrics. I could have bought more. I tried to be restrained. Actually, in total for the whole of yesterday, I think I probably spent just under £200. So it was pretty reasonable amount of money, to be honest. And that's kind of why I didn't buy any more fabric while I was there. But I mean, I'll share what I bought, and then I'll talk to you about some other fabrics that I saw that beautiful. So the first fabric I bought, we went to M. Rosenberg stand, and online they are Stitch fabrics. So I'll link them below. But if you've never checked them out before, I mean, if you've ever been to the shows before, you'll definitely have seen them because they're always at all of the shows. But if you've never checked out their website before, have a look, because they do some amazing fabrics, and they have a lot of like Italian fabrics, Italian silks and stuff. A lot of their fabrics are actually really reasonable. They have the odd one that is really special and might be quite expensive, but on the whole, a lot of their fabrics I find are kind of between £8 to £12 a metre, which is pretty reasonable, really. Anyway, I spotted this this fabric on their stand, and they actually had it hanging up at the back, so I kind of spotted it there. And then when we were we were close to the stand having a look, they actually had a pair of trousers in this hanging up, and I think it was just a plain elasticated pair of trousers, but they looked really nice. Anyway, this is the fabric. So I'll try and open it out a bit to show you a little bit more. But look at those colours. I don't know if you can see in the light. Oh, there you go. Look, it's actually a jacquard, a rayon jacquard, they called it. So it's very floaty. It's got a lot of drape to it, but it's got that kind of jacquard effect in the fabric as well. I love this teal colour, and obviously it's got coral, this kind of blush colour, and then the black. So I spotted it, thought definitely ordering, I'm definitely having that. Can you believe this was £6 a metre, which I think is an absolute bargain. So I decided to get 3 metres. I don't have a plan for it as yet, so I don't know if I'm going to make a dress or a top and trousers. I mean, it'd be absolutely beautiful, sort of a two-piece set, I think, which might be a little bit different. But anyway, I spotted this fabric, thought, right, I'm definitely having that, £6 a metre. And then Fiona, that was with us, she'd spotted another fabric that she was like, right, I'm definitely buying that. And then while we were waiting, so the M. Rosenberg stand, if you know them, their stand is always busy. So you have to be a little bit patient sometimes, because there's only normally about 3 of them work there, and it's normally quite a big stand. I mean, I've definitely been to a show before where I've been like 3 or 4 people deep. We were right at the front, so we didn't wait too long, but while we were waiting, Fiona had picked a different fabric, and then the more she saw this fabric, and they were obviously, they had a couple of rolls of it there, she ended up changing her mind, so she picked up some. And then while we were waiting, and my mum could see the fabric kind of being unrolled from the roll, she was like, maybe I should buy some too. So she ended up buying some, and then so did Julie as well. So all 4 of us in our group bought this fabric, which is quite funny. I think we'll probably all be making something completely different with it. But I mean, while we were waiting, literally every other person was buying this fabric. I think every time somebody bought it and they were like pulling it out of the roll to cut it, then somebody else would be like, oh wow, look at that fabric. I think it just set off like a little snowball effect, really, and literally like all the way along every other person. And there was somebody in front of me bought 5 meters of it, and I was like, oh please let there be enough, because I bought 3 meters, so this was £6 a meter, and I bought 3 meters, so less than £20 for that beautiful fabric. So I definitely want to do it justice and make something nice with that. So if you've got any ideas, please, mention it in the comments below. But otherwise, yeah, I'll have a think. Either a dress or a 2-piece set would be quite nice. So, so that was my first fabric, and then my second one. So, Bornella Fabrics were at the show, and I don't know if you've seen any of their fabrics, seen their website, I'll link them below. But Tanya, the lady that runs it, she's a beautiful human being. She was recently on Stash Hub, on the Stash Chats. So Yvette Blossom Sandwich, she does a weekly kind of stash, she calls it Stash Chats, and she does it live, but then it gets uploaded to YouTube. So I tend to catch up with them on YouTube. And they're really interesting because they are talking to a sewist in the community about their stash, their fabric stash. And you also get to find out, about that particular person. You get to find out kind of, other hobbies that they have, how they got into sewing. It's really interesting. It's really nice to hear about it. Anyway, Tanya was on it recently, and it was so interesting because she, turns out she's a professional diver, which I had no idea of. So yeah, that was really fascinating hearing all about that. And she's got this beautiful fabric shop, Bornella Fabrics. I have actually bought one fabric from her before, which was a like a sweatshirt in kind of fleece backed, beautiful. She only really gets like nice quality kind of organic fabrics, really. She doesn't really stock like polyester type fabrics or anything like that. And this fabric that I'd previously bought, I made a taster sweater in it, and from a distance it looks like animal print, and when you get up close it's like a bright emerald green, but within the sort of animal print pattern it's actually women's faces, so it's really cool. So I made a taster sweater with that. But she's just released some fabrics that she had designed, and she's just released them, and they are a cotton poplin, and I think she's got, there's 4 colourways. She was wearing the most beautiful Anthea blouse yesterday, in kind of like the pink colourway, and my mum actually purchased that one, which is quite unusual for her, because she often goes for more muted pastel colours, but it's quite bright. So yeah, I like to see what she'll make up in that. But this is the one that I purchased, so it's got a real like 70s. I think she describes it actually as like a 70s bedsheet kind of vibe, which is really accurate, I think. But I just love these colours. I think they really suit me. These kind of blues and, you know, bright blues, teals, greens, I think really kind of make my eyes pop and really suit me. But yeah, it's what do you think? It's quite 70s, isn't it? But I think I bought 2 meters of this. So this was sorry, I'm just looking at my notes. This was actually £16 a meter. So this was actually the most expensive fabric I bought yesterday. But the quality, let me show you try and get an edge just to show you. I mean, you obviously can't feel the quality. It's completely opaque, and it's so soft. It's just such nice quality fabric. It was really popular yesterday. I think lots of people were sort of buying it in the different colourways. I mean, she's got one that's like a black background with really bright colours on it, sort of like primary colours. But I really love these colours. So yeah, I'm thinking I might make an Anthea blouse with this. I bumped into Mandy from Made It So, and also Sam from So Let's Sparkle yesterday, who were absolutely beautiful human beings. We met them sort of like right at the end of the day in the VIP area, which I'll tell you about that in a second. And we had a really good like chat with them, and Sam actually told me that she has also bought this same fabric, exactly the same colourway, and she said to me, oh, maybe we should do a collab. So Sam, if you're watching, yeah, I'm more than happy to do that. I think she's got already got definite plans of what she wants to make with hers. I think she bought a little bit more. I bought 2 meters. So I'm thinking possibly another Anna Allen Anthea blouse with this, which I think would be really nice for the spring and summer. So we'll see if that collab happens, which will be quite fun. I've not done one of those before, so that'll be really nice. So that was my second fabric. And then the last fabric I bought was from Higgs and Higgs, and I kind of had in mind that I wanted to get this. I wanted to have a look, I also wanted to have a look at their pre-quilted fabrics. They're like double-sided, but the ones that they had there were all a bit pastel for me. They weren't really what I was looking for, so I didn't get any of those. But what I did get was some of their stretched denim. So I think it's got a tiny little bit of stretch to it. Let's have a look, see how far this stretches. It's yeah, I mean, you can see, I think there's like 2% stretch. I think it's just in that way. It's not a lot of stretch, but they call it stretch denim. This is an 8% denim, so it's quite lightweight. Sorry, I'll show you the edge again so that you can get an idea. There you go. So yeah, it's an 8%, so it's not heavy denim. It's fairly lightweight. And my plan for this is to make the Thea trousers. So another trouser weight fabric. But I really like the colour of this. I think this one is the terracotta. So they had one that was slightly more orange than this, but I thought that was quite an unusual sort of colour. I think it would be nice definitely nice to make a pair of Theas in that. And also from Barn Yarns, I picked up 2 matching threads to go with it, which I think go quite well as well. So yeah, that was that. So that was my last fabric purchase. So yeah, just the 3 fabrics, which I did quite well. Oh, and the denim, that was £13.99 a metre, and I bought 2 meters, which is generally enough, just about enough for me to make a pair of trousers with. So so that was £27.98 in total. So yeah, that is everything I bought. So not a massive haul actually. I could have bought more. So Sister Mintaka, we went to her stand, and oh my goodness, she has got some of the most beautiful fabrics. The trouble was, I actually couldn't decide which fabric I liked the most. There was definitely 3 or 4 kind of contenders that stood out. So I ended up not making a purchase, just because I think if I do buy one of her new fabrics, I kind of want to have a little think about which one would work sort of in my wardrobe. And yeah, I need to have a think about that. I don't want to just make a rash purchase and then regret not getting a different one. So, and also the same with Fabric Godmother. So we went to their stand, which was absolutely beautiful. Oh my goodness, she's got some incredible fabrics. It was quite busy as always, but again, I couldn't really decide. There is one that kind of stands out a little bit, but I don't know if it's how me it is or not. Yeah, but there's a couple of others. So the good thing about the Stash Hub app, which I've already put all these fabrics on it, by the way. I did that last night. But the good thing about that app is if there's fabrics that you kind of want to buy, you can add them to the Stash Hub, but then you can mark them as like wish list. There's an option, so instead of marking it as like unused piece of fabric or remnant or a scrap or something, you can mark it as wish list. So it doesn't show in your main list of fabrics, but you can change the filter to wish list, and then you can see all of the fabrics that are kind of in your wish list. And then if you go ahead and buy one of those fabrics, you can then move it like from the wish list section into your main section. So I really like that feature. So I've actually got quite a few in there. I've probably got about 10 fabrics in my wish list at the moment, but it's really nice to have them sat there. And then if I do end up purchasing any of them, I can kind of move them. So the last thing I just wanted to mention is that I mentioned that we were in the VIP lounge yesterday. So we actually decided to buy VIP tickets to the show, for the show. So they were a little bit more expensive, obviously, than I think the main tickets maybe about £25, somewhere between there. And the VIP ticket was £45. So it was a little bit more expensive, but all of us that went were all happy to to pay for that. And honestly, it was the best decision we could have made. So the kind of benefits that you get. So when we turned up, when we came out of the car park, the queue to get into the design centre was like, it was so long. It kind of snaked around and then all the way down like the high street. And it was crazy busy. And I thought, if we'd got there without a VIP ticket and had to join that queue, I don't know how long it was taking for people to get in, but possibly up to an hour. I mean, it may have been quicker than that. I don't know. But anyway, with the VIP ticket, we didn't have to queue. So we went up to the barrier and we just said to the guy, look, we've got VIP tickets. Is there a different entrance for that? And he said, oh no, just come straight in here. So he lifted up the barrier for us, and we kind of, it was almost like, feel a bit bad because we kind of skipped the queue, but we obviously pay for that benefit. So that was really nice. And then when we walked in, there was a separate kind of entrance for the VIPs. So we went straight up an escalator, which took you to the first floor. And then we just followed the signs round to the VIP lounge. So the first thing we did is we went and checked in at the VIP lounge. So when we got there, they give you, oh, I've got it here actually. So they give you a wristband to wear, VIP, and it's got Saturday on it. And then you just wear that all day. So I had to cut it off. I had to cut it off last night because it's quite a nice little thing, but it doesn't, once you've kind of pulled it tight, it doesn't move. So I had to cut that off. But you get your wristband, and we got a goodie bag, and they have their own private cloakroom as well, so which is really nice. So, and that's all free. We didn't have to pay any extra for that. So straight away we put like coats and bags and things in there. And then as we were making purchases throughout the day, we kept dropping stuff off into the cloakroom, so that was quite nice. But you also get free, well, it says two free hot drinks. But actually you could get a hot drink or a cold drink. So I mean, I got a peppermint tea in the afternoon, and then right at the end of the day I still had a voucher left, so I went back and got a Diet Coke and just took that away with me, so that was quite nice. But you have like a separate seating area, which was a hell of a lot less busy, and actually it was really quite chilled in there. They had like a tea and coffee area, they were serving food. Oh god. Ralphie, it's just frightened the life out of me. I was just sitting here and the door just suddenly opened and Ralph flew in. Hello Ralphie, you're going to say hello to everybody? Oh my god. Sorry about that, people. Oh, I think I might leave things, that's quite funny. Anyway, hello, gorgeous boy. Yeah, so that was really nice, that lounge area. And it was a real nice respite from the busyness of the show, because the show was crazy busy. Ralph's really interested in all my stuff now on the table. Oh, and the goodie bag, I mean, there wasn't huge amounts in it, if I'm honest. There was a Prima magazine, so that would be quite nice to just sit and have a chill and read that later. And then we got like some chocolate, which I can't eat because I'm lactose free. So I give that to my husband. He'll quite like that. And there was like some leaflets and stuff, and we got like a show map, and we got a nice little tote bag that had like VIP on it, so we were like walking around like VIPs. And then randomly there was like a jar of like really nice quality, but it was chocolate orange spread, which was quite random. I don't think I can eat that either, so see if my husband wants that, but you kind of put it on toast and stuff anyway. Yeah, it's quite random that there was no actual sewing related stuff in the bag, but I guess it's the sponsors for the show. Anyway, I've just realised that I'm on 53 minutes, so this has been quite a long vlog. I thought when I first started, this is going to be a really short vlog today, because it won't take me long to go through all the stuff, but yeah, it's ended up being quite a long vlog. So I think I'll kind of wrap. I was just checking my notes to make sure I hadn't missed anything else, but I don't think I have. I think I've talked about everything. So yeah, if you were at the show yesterday and we had a chat, then hi. Yeah, it was amazing. I definitely like to go again. It was definitely worth it, and worth paying the extra for the VIP tickets. So yeah, if you ever get the chance to do that, then I highly recommend. So I will wrap up here and say goodbye, and until next week. If you like my content, please click on the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love it if you would subscribe. I'm slowly inching towards 1,000. I'm still sort of about 300 off, just under. So yeah, still got a little way to go to reach my 1,000 goal of 1,000 subscribers, but hopefully I'll get there, which will be a nice little goal to reach. But yeah, so if you enjoyed today's vlog, then yeah, give me a like, and hopefully you'll carry on watching, and I'll catch up with you again next week. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.